All right. Everybody's Jason24CF with EventHubs.com at NYU Spring Fighter, and I'm here with a very special guest. I mean, man needs no introduction, but I mean, Mr. Seth Killian, sir, how are you? Doing good? Now, what brings you to this, this event?
I'm here for the pizza, I'll be honest.
New York pizza's the best, I'm telling you. People, like in small towns, they get the Domino's. No, that doesn't work here.
I've been suffering even in Los Angeles, I gotta say, it is not cutting it in the pizza department. But yeah, I'm here for Spring Fighter. I've been doing things with NYU for a few years and come to know a few of the people in the program here and the director of the program. They're really obviously very smart guys, but also very interested in competitive gaming. They follow StarCraft, League of Legends, and also they've been running this Spring Fighter event before I ever heard of them or any of this. And I heard about that and got involved with that a few years ago. And then they invited me back this year, and they had obviously Daigo Umehara will be here, so I'm going to do a thing with him and a lot of great people. So Capcom supporting that end of it, and yeah, just happy to be here. And I'm a big believer in education, and not just education, but these guys are really doing it right. They're serious about games, but they're serious about competitive gaming, and they look at it as an important part of the whole package.
Right. And I mean, you're considered, like, before you was the community manager at Capcom. Now you're just basically the face or community manager of just fighting games in general. That's how we look at you. It's like you left Capcom, and it's like we no longer have somebody to complain at tournaments like, Seth, what's going on? What's with these updates? What's happening? We don't have you there anymore. But I mean, you went on to another project.
Yes.
And PlayStation Battle Royale. How's that gone so far?
It's been up and down. So I got there pretty late in the game. So a lot of things were already as they were. I really have a lot of respect for people on that team. There's a lot of really genius combat people over there, a lot of hard workers, and the game has actually found a really good reception. So, from the beginning I said this game is going to have its up and downs, but it's got a sticky core. And actually, the number of players who are still playing online has really not moved from like week one, which has been really enthusiastic. The game continues to sell pretty well. So I think it's a good product, and I think it has a chance to do something really good with a second one. I don't know if we'll have that chance yet or not, so, cross my fingers for that one. But, I love fighting games. I have a wide interest in fighting games. So, again, like, I always think about Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which, again, was not... When I saw it I saw it very, very early. There weren't even really stages. They only had Gold Lighton and one other character even sort of playable or working at all. And every combo was an infinite, and, it was totally broken. But from the beginning, I was like, I don't think this game is going to be, sell 10 million copies or anything like that, but there's something really good in here. There's something sticky and good in here. It's going to find an audience, and I know we can find a way to make this good enough to make money for the project and give fighting fans what they want and keep that flow of fighting games coming. So I'm a big believer, and I knew All-Stars as well would find an audience and, in my view, hopefully expand the world of fighting games to people that might not pick up a new Marvel or a new Capcom game. It's a different kind of fighting, and hopefully it brings more people to the family, and we've been good at cross-pollinating, and you start with one game, you pick up another game, and your skills hopefully transfer over.
Right. And as good friend of mine, I definitely picked up the game, to support, the cause. I tried it here and there, but I mean, it's PlayStation and, issues with online and stuff. I mean, I don't want to bash them, but, there's issues here and there. But I mean, you said you just love fighters in general. There is another fighting game that's going to come out this Tuesday in Injustice. Have you had the chance to play the demo and such?
So my experience is limited to I played it at shows, whatever, they come to like Comic-Con, things like that. I've been playing it a little bit at shows like that. I have played the demo. I've only really played the demo for a couple hours, so I'm not an expert or anything. I wanted to see how the stage interactables worked. I've been talking to Arturo about how do these resets on the stage interactables work? Can I get out of it? What can I do? So I've been experimenting a little bit like that. I've just been playing by myself, and obviously no training mode, so it's a tough grind right now with the demo. So the demo's a lot of fun, but for training lab rats, I'm going to have to wait for the real game to sink my teeth into it. But it's a lot of fun, and I like the way it sort of bridges the gap between people more familiar with like a Capcom style mechanic and people with more Mortal Kombat style of gameplay and projectile play and that kind of stuff. So I think it's going to be interesting, but more than interesting, it's fun. I'm having a good time with it already. There's a bunch of dumb stuff, and I say that in the happiest possible way. Like, dumb is awesome in fighting games. So, all my best to Ed and Hector and all the rest of the guys I know over at NetherRealm.
One of the beauties of living here in New York is we actually got the game yesterday. So I've been playing it for the past, like maybe I got home after work 7. I played it for about 6 hours straight, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, I've only played Capcom Fighters and just with one character. So for me, learning a new game, was kind of difficult, but I really picked up on it pretty quickly. But I mean, with that being said, you're no longer at Capcom. Is it like a love, like you miss it type thing?
There are many things I miss about Capcom, but more than things at Capcom, I miss people. So I'll have a chance to see some of my friends from Capcom here today. I still am in contact with a lot of people at Capcom. They're good friends of mine. They'll be hopefully friends for life. Still talk to Ono-san now and again. So I like to threaten him, and we make a lot of jokes. But I was doing, I was involved in playing and doing a lot of things with Capcom Fighters for 15 years before I ever worked at Capcom, and frankly never even really considered working at Capcom before I got there. So for me, even though I'm no longer at Capcom and have my sights set on some different directions at Sony, these games are still a huge part of my heart, and I love them. I watch all the streams. I'm going to be at tournaments, still doing, just get to do it like as a regular fan instead of my full-time job, which for me is a nice break. And maybe if Capcom does a really bad job on 5, I'll try and muscle them to come back and work on 6 or something. But I'm sure they got a lot of talented people there. That's going to be great.
Well, before we get to 5, we still got AE 2013 changes and that stuff as well. And I mean, you'll still forever be part of it because I mean, there's still a character named after you. So I mean, for those who are still new to the FGC. The character Seth in Super Street Fighter 4 was named after this guy. Even though he likes to deny it, it was named after him. But I mean, with new next-gen consoles, with you working with Sony, do you feel there's going to be besides like text and specs and all that other stuff, I mean, do you feel it's going to be a whole new frontier of gaming, so to say?
So I don't want to, obviously I work for Sony. I'm excited about the PS4. I don't want to sell it as the second coming of Jesus or anything like that. And oftentimes it's like, this is the most incredible. It's like it's consoles, but it's better. But the thing that I'm most excited about with this, that I think is really going to break the doors open and really genuinely become a new thing, especially in the fighting game community, is the share button, which sounds sort of cheesy right now. People are like, oh, post your stuff on Facebook. No, it's not like that. Or seeing stuff in your Twitter feed like, oh, this guy played whatever in the last 24 hours. That stuff's all cool. This is totally different. So you've got, streaming video, you've got picture caps, all sorts of stuff. So as somebody who learned to play Street Fighter and came up even before the days of YouTube, before you could really share anything, I've seen what a massive impact that's had and how it completely changed the game for a lot of players. And that's actually one of the things I hope to discuss here with Daigo, because he doesn't really use technology at all, but the game has changed around him, maybe not with him, but certainly people watch it. Anyway. But the fact that now everybody's going to be streaming and sharing clips and things like that at the press of a button rather than having to load up, with the whole PC and understand all that stuff, that's sometimes more of a burden for people than they can handle. Or it's just too much of a pain, or you're like, I got this cool thing that I can do, but I don't really want to load up my PC, set up the stream, all that. So they just don't bother. Now it's literally, you press a button, your stuff is going to be shared with the world, and that's pretty incredible. And I think that's going to really change the information sharing and the flow and just sort of the awareness of fighting games. And if you see enough things in fighting games, they're so easy to fall in love with because there's so much meat underneath the surface. So as people get past that surface level of, you just hit some buttons, and they get a little deeper, I think that can only help. So that in particular, I think, is going to be a really potential game-changing kind of thing that's coming on the next generation console.
Yeah, I mean, that does sound awesome because I'm one of those who has to load the HPV and record and then cut and then dump and then put to YouTube and all that. Yeah, exactly. So I got to change it because I don't have a converter and all that.
There's no sound.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's a hassle. But, I mean, Seth, again, thank you. If someone wants to reach you, where could they follow you at?
I'm at Seth Killian on Twitter. That's probably the best spot. So I try and tweet once in a while.
Yeah, because otherwise, if you give out your email, we're all just going to troll you. What's going on?
I got enough of that. It's a bad secret. So it's a badly kept secret. So, troll me on Twitter where everyone else can see it.
Again, thank you, and we out.